Ludite returns response video. Yeah, really irritating. Little bucket of lead paint. So anyway, we're still on this nihilism thing in this argument about whether it's sloppy or lazy philosophy to premise arguments. And this evasion is so disgusting. I mean, people who have this nihilist philosophy should not be allowed to opine on a single damn subject. Because they're basically using this pathetic evasion that you cannot establish the existence of even logic. You know, so nothing is outside the realm of a possible justification for anything. I mean, this goes so far beyond. I mean, to call what we're doing lazy and sloppy compared to what they're doing. I mean, what they're doing is tantamount to the Twinkie defense does to law. I mean, just come up with any excuse, any preposterous nonsense to evade where every fact points. Because you don't like where that fact points. So you can rationalize any kind of behavior with this philosophy. You could kill every North American Indian, you can kill all the Jews, you can kill anything, you can destroy anything because you could justify anything because you are allowed to break all logical continuity, all connection to reality with this idiotic philosophy that claims you can't say my sensations that I'm experiencing right now are real. They just negate their existence because they are not physically. I can't put them in a jar because they are a manifestation of an arrangement inside of a neural network. Therefore, it doesn't exist. I mean, it's just nonsense. If you can negate that existence, then you can just create the existence of your matrices and your secret gods that are running the universe, and we're just whatever. We're just balls they're juggling or some other kind of nonsense theory, and then negate any moral conversation or ethical conversation or reasonable conversation or any conversation whatsoever. There's no point in having conversation with people who will not accept the simplest of demands, that you take where all the evidence points and you say, yeah, that's probably within the realm of reasonable. And if there's no counter theory, if there's no counter explanation that doesn't require the creation of cartoon characters, that maybe that qualifies as something we can establish as a premise. Maybe. Fuck these cunts. So anyway, let's do this comment section first. So Trick does his usual routine. He just spiel. I mean, he's right, but I mean, he's just, he just placates these assholes. And it's just bullshit. I mean, the game they're playing with the word value is just a silly game. So anyway, so this guy, this Brink Raider guy, who I presumed was an asshole, and now he proves it. So he does some little ass kissing here, but there's no substance to his comments, so really there's no point in, oh, your brain is so big. Ooh, can I pet it? Can I pet it? That kind of shit. So, I mean, I already knew where that guy was heading. So anyway, no position can be true and false at the same time, but it can be neither true nor false. I mean, what the fuck? This is not, intellectual masturbation to play with words this way. I mean, come on. It is the law of the excluded middle. It's not true in general, but the law of non-contradiction is true. Yeah, but the law of non-contradiction is true. So he's going to tell us what's true and false. And why would contradiction matter if you're saying you can't even establish the premise of logic? If we can't say that logic is a real thing, and that our brain is mimicking in our model of reality the logic that exists in reality, the establishment of relationships that are rock solid, E equals MC squared and such, that's just bullshit. Logic is merely the formulas you use once you establish what the premise values are, and you just run the equations. And some of the equations are large, and some of the equations are really simple. So, I'm just saying that you could make a simple equation. One man's happiness does not compensate for another man's suffering. That's a simple equation. That the value, it can never do it. It can never, no matter how much you place over here, you can't undo what's over here. The negative is always going to drown out or pollute. It's like the one bad apple poisons the whole pie. You just can't help it. Once you distribute it, it's got enough power to destroy any positive value in the pie. Anyway. I mean, so those are short formulas. You get it? And then long formulas would be, well, you know, who was the real cause of World War II? And if you annihilated this individual, would the world actually be better off? Well, that might be harder to calculate because you can't figure out, you can't know for certain what the implications are. Because, yes, if that happened, then maybe somebody else would have got the nuclear bomb first, and maybe that would have happened, and that would have happened, and all these other things would have happened, that it's a consequence of there not being a World War II. So maybe World War II gave us an extra 50 years of existence. Who the hell knows? Can't know for sure. We can only know probabilistically that, yeah, it's probably a good idea to squash bad people and to protect good people. But you can never know for sure. But you certainly know the difference between good and bad. Duh. Fuck you. Fuck all you people. Fuck all of you. I hope all of you little fuckers get exactly what you deserve. It's to be treated like a laboratory mouse. That's what you all fucking deserve. You all deserve to have a fucking goddamn alien's ear sewn on your motherfucking asses. Because you're denying the existence of the most important thing in the universe, and fuck you for that. This tranquil twat. This fucking flappy vagina. This boring. I'm bored. I'm bored. I'm bored. Ugh. Something ought to board you with a real board. You ought to have a real taste of boredom, you fucking little cunt. Anyway, an allegory can be true and untrue at the same time. Well, whatever. And who's talking about those? No one. Fuck you. Yeah, nothing to... anyway, this fucking mask guy, he doesn't say anything irrational anyway. I do not expect the likes of Do Not God to... Well, yeah, of course, that's right. Yeah, I'm going to make a counter-argument to this preposterous nonsense that somehow sloppy philosophy to explain how evolution works and how these organisms, these 500 million years worth of biological organisms that were able to say, ouch, that this whole mechanism was built into them to basically recognize and establish the existence of good and bad events. And that they do it by creating the whip. They create the negative. They create it inside of them. It is created. Now, you can't accept that, then I guess you just deserve the worst you can get. You deserve the worst of the motherfucking whip, you motherfucking cunt. If you can't acknowledge that that's what's going on inside of these brains. Fuck you. Fucking psychopaths. Alright, fatahamitable. Sometimes I wonder if this simpo is the only thing that anti-nihilists can understand. And it seems like you're the one having the problem with the simple, fatty. Okay? I hope you die soon, you fucking piece of shit. It seems you can't get the simplest concept that, guess what? All of this math is based on values, shithead. And that there's one value that's universal to all of us, and that is the existence of sensations we like to have and sensations we absolutely hate having. And if you can't figure that out, like I said, you're too fucking stupid for a rational conversation. Which is goddamn true. You're fucking too ugly, too. Speaking of ugly, great fucking bullshitter, the objective existence of a value does not make the value objective. My ethicist chums. Now, what does that mean? So, it objectively exists, he's going to concede, and yet, it does not make the value objective. So again, so if we establish the fact that it has a negative nature, you're going to you can't say that it has value unless you're going to establish the existence of the negative and the counter, which is less negative. If you're not going to, you can't concede it and then say it doesn't exist. What sense does that make? I mean, it's just insane. This is like physicists talking about their multiverses and shit. Just making shit up, you fucking assholes. Now, this Dew in the Morning, she's another one of these skankiest of skanky cunts. Objective has many meanings. Two of them are, one, something exists like objectively, like objects exist. Yeah, well, this guy's contending there aren't objects that exist, okay? He's contending that we, in a millisecond, can just make up a matrix and make the objects go away. So that doesn't even mean anything. Who cares about fucking objects anyway? Does anybody really give a fuck about a star 7.6 billion light years away? Is that really so much that's fucking more important in your fucking idiotic brain than a fucking mouse right now in a laboratory who's having an ear sewn on its ass? Fuck you. Anyway, something is objective if there is a consensus among people. I mean, God, motherfucking damn. Where did you get that definition from? What fucking dictionary would possibly have that as the definition of objective? Consensus? Makes it objective? Where? What fucking... There's no dictionary that has that written in it. So if you're gonna fucking goddamn give us quotes about what words mean, you ought to fucking read a dictionary that's somewhere in the real universe. Because I think you got that one off a fucking Bazooka Joe bubblegum wrapper or something. Where the fuck did you get that off? A skanky cunt cream or something? Is it on the back of the bottle of skanky cunt cream? Where the fuck would you get a preposterous definition like that? Objective means fucking consensus. Bull fucking shit. God, you're stupid. Values exist only when people exist. Well, there you fucking go. I mean, what an obnoxious, arrogant, bigoted attitude. People have to exist? So if human beings didn't evolve on Earth, all of the animals suffering, if a fucking chimpanzee falls out of a tree because it's got goddamn polio and crashes to the ground and its little baby is sitting there going to die, starving to death, that wouldn't fucking matter because there's no motherfucking cunt like you standing over it going tisk, tisk, tisk. Is that what you really believe, you stupid fucking idiot? Then you suck. You suck as sucky as you suck as much as the people can suck. You fucking suck. And if you're going to sit there and comment on a video that's claiming other people don't have philosophical integrity, or that they're philosophically lazy, or that they're philosophically sloppy, then you ought to be a little more precise than this, shithead. Do you really think animals don't suffer unless some asshole like you stands over them and says so? Is that what you think, you stupid cunt? Where was I? Okay. Values exist only when people exist. I mean, that's just so fucking disgusting. Fuck you. There are no values when there are no people. I mean, really. Fuck you. That is insane nonsense. What logical premise could possibly validate that except you saying you're the chosen people or something? People are chosen by God to declare value. Is that what you think? Fuck. Yeah. Therefore, the meaning of value is of the second kind. So the second kind, it only exists as objective when it consensus among people. I mean, what a joke. No, objective means without bias. That's what objective means. It means you place yourself above it, okay, detached from it, and that there is the implication that your view is complete. That's objectivity. Shit. Objectivity could also be replaced by absolute. I mean, it's the absolute perspective, and it's the absolute opinion. And it's the absolute truth. Alright, anyway. Gee, these people suck. These people just fucking goddamn suck. Beach house nights, I don't know what that means. So, of course, you'd say something like nice, right? About a beach house, because you're just a lazy fucking twat. Probably never done anything productive in your entire fucking useless shit life. Really good video. This chapter should have been closed a long time ago, but nothing ever comes out of it, unfortunately. Well, that doesn't make any sense. This chapter, so this is not lazy philosophy. This isn't lazy sentence structure. This chapter should have been closed a long time ago, but nothing ever comes out of it, unfortunately. What is that? You're saying it should have been closed a long time ago, so why would you have the expectation that anything would come out of it? Why would you say, unfortunately, nothing comes out of it after that? You've already said the door should have been closed, that nothing essentially could come out of it, and then you're lamenting that nothing came out of it. Idiot. I mean, that's just a fucking sloppy statement. That's a philosophically reckless, lazy, sloppy, stupid, messy, idiotic, non-cognitive, inconsistent, full of contradiction nonsense. You babbling asshole. I had to hold back a few times to make more videos on this myself. Well, that's because you're just a pussy. Okay, you don't even make videos anyway. Your videos are just ramblings where you're quoting your sycophants, all the fucking dirty old men. You have your fucking head way up their goddamn chauvinistic and misogynistic asses. You fucking asshole. But I figured it was pointless. Well, it's pointless because you have no chance of ever winning an argument because you're a fucking idiot and a twat and a loser and a slob and a pig and a jackass and an ignorant goddamn pussy shit. Yeah, that's what you are. When I was discussing this with them, I happened to see the user Metamorph was also critical of them on this. Yeah, I made a video about that shit, I think. It's his business. I mean, he didn't get the animal thing, okay? Metamorph showed up to the party, and he had never really considered all the other sentient creatures on planet Earth. Okay, so in my opinion, he was guilty of a grotesque bigotry, of grotesque human-centric bias. And in my opinion, jackass, loser, twat, tranquil, lying, motherfucking little loser, twat, cut liar, he's the one who's changed his fucking, modified his opinion, motherfucking cunt. Okay, and if he wants to claim he's a nihilist and he believes this shit that value doesn't matter, he can go ahead and claim it, and I'll call him as big an asshole as all the rest of you fucking asswipes. Okay, because guess what? It's right here in front of us. I have personal goddamn testimony, alright, you motherfucking cunt. I can testify from my own goddamn sensual experience that motherfucker, goddamn it, it matters. Okay, you sticking a steel rod through my eyeball, goddamn fucking matters. I mean, you're just too stupid for conversation. You should have a fucking steel rod shoved through your motherfucking eyeballs. You should be hung upside down until goddamn dead. Alright, if you don't think it matters. That's what should be done to you, you fucking useless piece of shit. Anyway. He decided to keep his criticisms on his blog. Well, I'll go read his blog, but I bet his criticisms aren't that fucking strong because he's going to lose that fucking argument. He's going to claim there isn't just as much goddamn evidence that sentient creatures on this planet feel just as substantively or meaningfully as we do, then he's a stupid motherfucker. Which is probably wise considering he is liked by all the epithets. Well, again, like I said, if he's going to claim that he's not making an argument through logic and scientific understanding of what we know to be the material universe, and establishing that as the minimal premise that we are living in reality and that the shit we see going on is what we've calculated in our brain models are pretty damn close to the real model, if he's going to claim something else and make arguments on the internet, then I'll call him a useless fucking twat. Alright, because if any of you assholes are going to make videos talking about a motherfucking thing, and you're going to premise it on the argument that you don't really live in reality, and you don't really know anything for sure, and you can't possibly do any calculations, well then fuck you. You have no right to an opinion. If you're going to claim that you can evade other people's arguments by claiming a universe where value doesn't exist, where it doesn't matter whether somebody steals a steel rod through my fucking eyeball, then fuck you. You have no right to opine on any goddamn subject if you're going to use a fucking weak, lazy, sloppy, weaselly, goddamn weak argument like that to evade the fact that you're going to lose the argument. I mean, it's such a fucking pussy evasion. So anyway, fucking skanky queen of the skanky cunts bitches, to be serious, shows up to say, the deja vu is eerie, isn't it? So why, bitch, do you make videos whining about how people should take care of dogs, and why are you whining and bitching about slaughterhouses and all this other goddamn shit when it's all, in your opinion, some kind of subjective opinion of yours that animals suffer? You like black dildos up your motherfucking ass, right? And so now you're going to get on the internet and say, please, 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 let's stop, let's make more black dildos to shove up my ass. Please, please, please. and people are supposed to take you seriously because if you have a subjective preference based on no rational understanding or logic, that's a subjective premise. It has no value whatsoever as an argument for real value. You're just expressing what you personally would like. And you're going to say that should have some kind of credibility? Or when you talk about animals, are you thinking you're making some sort of objective argument about a reality that exists in reality, not just in your fucking anus? Okay, this isn't what makes your anus happy, bitch. This is about the real fucking world and real fucking animals doing real fucking goddamn suffering. And if you won't concede that fucking point, you have no right to fucking argue in their defense. If you think they're just a twitch in your goddamn anus, that you just have a horniness for animals, that you just care about them because you're fucking in love with them, you want to stick their heads up your motherfucking cunt, that isn't a good enough excuse for opining on the goddamn internet. But if you think they really, really do exist and they really do goddamn suffer, well then you have a reason to have an opinion. But this asshole says you don't have a right to express an opinion unless you can qualify or prove that it's not just a twitch in your goddamn anus. So you don't even understand what fucking goddamn's going on here, you stupid bitch. This guy's saying that suffering doesn't exist. Okay, but you can't prove it. That's what he's saying, bitch. So figure out what the conversation is before you lick an anus. Why don't you figure out how diseased an anus is before you stick your motherfucking tongue up it? Stinky piece of shit. Anyway. Yeah, these people are stupid. Dana fucking twat. So let's take care of this fucking asswipe, this stupidest of them all. Oh, he has to number his posts. Of course, the second half of the definition of rationality given to you by the antinatalist is a sophomoric and transparent, persuasive definition. But I must take issue with your insistence that the laws of logic must be established in ways that do not presuppose themselves. It is precisely because the prepositions construct the laws of logic, unlike any other presupposes, must be preposed themselves to make them oh, fuck this shit. I mean, all of this bullshit to say something simple like, yeah, let's presuppose we live in reality, and let's confine ourselves to not what we can draw with our imagination, cartoons. Let's confine the argument to something within a limitation where we're not living in Wonderland, that we're not a piece of dust in Wonderland on a talking tree apple. Yeah, let's presuppose that's not the reality, and let's just deal with what we know is happening right the fuck here. Oh, what a horror. Cool video. I've only a survey level understanding of modern, I don't know what that means, philosophy, but if my opinion is right-ish, oh Christ, it's lots of crap that I just, it's just when they tried to build on the ruins and shit got weird. Well, whatever, this guy with his paradoxes and whatnot. Oh, zombie picture show. Complete asshole. I feel a bit of response coming where I'll talk incoherent fucking bibble babble because that's all you're capable of. Oh, the horror. Wait, I cannot wait. Yeah, well, go ahead. I mean, it doesn't matter. You'll be incomprehensible and contradictions all over the motherfucking cunt place. Life is life. Life is life. Life is lifey. Life is lifey. Clouds are cloudy. Rocks are rocky. Buildings are buildingy. I don't know. Yes, maybe. Maybe buildings are buildingy, but maybe they're structure-y. Yeah, maybe they're structural more than building-y. I don't know. Windows are windowy, and their glass is glassy, and whatever is there, whatever-y. Yeah, right. Brilliant. Fuck. Happenstance of this reality. Suffering is happenstance. What the fuck is this happenstance? This our experiencing is dependent on the individual witnessing. Here we go again, the individual witnessing. I mean, fucking goddamn A. No, it's experiencing. It's not, we're experiencers first, shithead, and then we're witnessers. That's right, we have two roles on planet Earth. We are experiencers, and then we're witnessers. But guess which one's important? Oh, that's right, the experiencing part. And that's what all the other sentient creatures are doing, even the retards. That's right, they're all fucking experiencing. And some are qualified witnesses, and some are really unqualified witnesses. And when so the psychopath says to you, or the zombie even, brains, 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 you could say, hey, you're not a very good witness. Okay, you're a very good experiencer because you're like all horny for this brain stuff, but you're a really bad witness because you don't know what planet you're on at all, and you're just completely controlled by your psychopathic nonsense. You see, that's the difference. So you're claiming as witnesses that none of this stuff exists until one of you assholes shows up with your official human card and says, that matters. And it didn't matter 5 seconds before you showed up to say, that matters. That's your fucking inane, imbecilic, insane fucking argument, you stupid twat. Anyway. Suffering is always be a happenstance going to. Suffering is always be a happenstance going to. Period. Yeah, that is a period. Is suffering bad? Question mark. Oh, who the fuck could figure that out? Oh, we'll have to, maybe we should dig up Einstein because we can't handle that one on our own. Oh, I don't know. Does suffering suck? No, sometimes I love suffering. I mean, I really enjoy it. Not when just because it might get me laid or something. I'm talking about like in and of itself. It's never a bad thing. It's never always bad in and of itself. Yeah, it is. Again, see these people, they can't do the simplest thing. They can't understand that this isn't about the net answer to a question, like, should that person suffer? The net answer has to do with all the other suffering tied to the event. So we're talking about isolation. And now we've given you a ton of examples. I mean, I've made these examples over and over and over again. You just isolate the suffering, put it on the moon, eliminate everything else, and just look at the individual suffering in and of itself. Is this a good thing or a bad thing? And it's quite obvious that if you have two choices, feeling thing happy, feeling thing not happy, that it's better to do feeling thing happy. Anyway, there's no point. I mean, I think My Misery Me is symptomatic of a larger YouTube epistemology as regards anti-natalist and philosophy. It is not that antinatalism is itself of necessity miserable philosophy, but that antinatalists seem to engender, as expounded upon in this video, very, very poor philosophizing here on YouTube, or whatever. Again, I say your penis is this fucking goddamn big. And I say it hasn't been hard in 6 years. Fuck you. You're a piece of scum, you slandering motherfucker. You've got nothing. You've got nothing but your record of losses, okay, in this argument battle. And now you're such a goddamn weasel, you're going to try to pull the rug out of the existence of all reality. Bad enough that you're claiming there was no value, but now you're disengaging from any recognition that anything can be said with any kind of rational authority. And that's disgusting, you fucking pussy. So anyway, you trick and metamorph are the exception to what would reasonably be contended is the rule. Poor philosophizing. Oh my God. So the theory proposed by Inmendum that sentient creatures create value by having a welfare state is in itself so preposterously silly, so just crazy Bugs Bunny nonsense, that you can sit there and make these kinds of claims about very, very poor philosophizing. That's very, very poor philosophizing to theorize that sentient creatures, by having experiences, create value in the world. Fuck you, you suck. Where the fuck's that goddamn cat? God, I hate you people. Where are you, cat? I have to kill you or something, do I? Oh, maybe later. Oh, never. Make some snorty sounds. Yeah, he ate. Yeah. He ate. Oh, there he is. What the hell are you griping about? Well, I don't care. I'm not giving you any. Whatever it is you want. You gotta pay me. No, it's water. There's no water in this dish. Alright, that was my fault. Technically. It's only a technical concession. Alright, well, I'll do the real video later. This probably went on a bit. Probably. I'm just sick of it. I mean, this is just stupid. These weasels cheat all over the place. It's just such a cheat of argument. I'm going to make reality disappear so I don't have to concede I lost the argument. I mean, it's just as weaselly can get. Yeah, so fuck everyone. Fuck every one of you motherfuckers should get exactly what you have earned. You should have your suffering negated. You should have goddamn fucking human ears sewn on your motherfucking ass. Well, that's the reciprocal. Rat ears. A whole bunch of rat ears to be sewn on your fucking ass. Okay. Enough said.